Are you currently in a rut in some area of your life? Is it with your career or your relationship or maybe your health or your money or maybe a lack of a hobby or something interesting to keep you stimulated, growing, thinking? Hey, I'm David Essel. This is your online video community, David Essel's Daily Boost. I'm really glad you're with us. You're never alone here. And remember, no excuses, just results. And if you do what we talk about every day, I promise you, there's no way in the world you can do anything but be successful. And I mean that sincerely. Take notes while we're talking. Are you in a major rut in life? I got to tell you this incredible story. A number of years ago, there was this massive organization that brought me in, and it was all executives, Fortune 500 executives, and they brought me in to talk, a roundtable discussion about getting out of ruts in life. And they knew as an organization that they really had to shake it up because too many of them were doing the same thing over and over and over again. How about you? Do you eat the same food every day? I'm going to tell you the story about how to travel to work. Do you travel the same way to work? When you have downtime, is it the same every night watching certain TV shows? On weekends, do you do the same thing every weekend? Shop for groceries at the same time? Do this at the same time? Go to the gym at the same time? Well, those create ruts. And when you're in a rut, you have no opportunity to be creative or inspired. Isn't that interesting? You know, when I write books, and we have 10 now, well, 9 out and one more coming very soon, I have to go to some other kind of environment for a while to get stimulated. You know, it might be renting a house or renting a condo or renting a hotel room. It doesn't really matter where I go. It's just I need to get out of my rut, out of my environment. How about you? So I'm at this executive roundtable, and there are these, like I said, people from Fortune 500 companies, all these presidents, and they were sitting around looking at me for advice. You know, it was awesome. We had an incredible 4 hours together, just 4 hours nonstop bantering. What is the meaning of this, and what is the meaning of that? David, what's your perspective on X? And then we got to ruts. And I said, you know what, guys, all of us in this room and women, all of you guys in this room, we probably all are falling into a rut. What I want you to do is find the one area of life. Are you doing the same exercise routine and you're bored to death? Is it the same vacations all the time and you're bored to death? What is it that you're bored with? So I left it. We had a great time, and everyone was very, very grateful and happy, and I had a blast. I learned a ton, and they did too, I was hoping. And a couple months later, I get this long email. I mean, it had to be 10, 15 paragraphs long from one of the executives. And he said, David, I don't know if anyone else has given you feedback, but we've all talked since you've left, and all of us have radically changed through your one presentation, and I wanted to give you mine. I was really bored with most of my life, and I'd go home after work, and my kids would come to me all excited about their school day, and I really didn't care to listen. And my wife would want to tell me about her work, and I really didn't care to listen. I was just in this very self-centered place, but really when I listened to you talk, it was because I was in a daily rut. So I decided to shake everything up. I took a different route to work every day. And if that meant I had to go down side streets that weren't necessary, I did it. On my way to work, I would look for the beauty around. I'd look for plants and buildings and trees I'd never paid attention to. I would go into work with a new spring in my step, excited. People at work were asking me what had happened. Did I lose weight? Did I quit drinking? What was it? Because they couldn't believe I was so energetic first thing in the morning. But then here's the other key. I didn't stop there. On the way home, I stopped every day in a park for 15 minutes and journaled my emotions as you had recommended during the presentation. I started to release some of the anger of the day and the disappointment of the day, just journaling, nothing specific, bunch of bullet points, no long paragraphs. But the coolest thing was I came home from work and I had the same response that my employees gave me. My family would say, Dad, what are you doing differently? How come you're listening to us? How come you're in a good mood, Dad? And David, it was because of the exercise you gave us. Once I got out of my rut and routine, I actually got out of my own self, and I started paying attention to others more. Thank you so much for bringing new life into my life, and I can't wait to share this with others. You see what is so simple about that? It's not like that he changed everything and moved to Cabo or something like that, right? Like he still had the same job, the same family, the same house, the same everything. But he started to do something different on the way to work and on the way home. I want you to do the same thing. Write down the area of life you're in the most ruts in. Is it your health? Is it how you spend your evenings? What is it? Is it your career that you're bored to hell with? Do you need to write a book or do something really fun and exciting to get out of the rut? Write it down. Don't trust your brain, okay? I'm here as your coach, your counselor, your cheerleader. I want nothing but the best for you. And I guarantee if you do what we're talking about every day, take notes, change your life, your whole life will be radically different 365 days from now. okay? This is an online video community. When you have a question, like this last question, here's another one that came in from one of you guys asking about ruts. We all get in them. If you have a question, email us at talkdavid.com. Don't sit back and go, oh, well, I'm not going to get involved and bother him with an email. This is an online video community, and the more you get engaged, the better the results will be, right? We have people from all over the world emailing us, and I want your email too. And if you have kids or partners or coworkers or employees or friends or family that could benefit, get them to sign up. You know what it costs. It's $9.95 a month. It's nothing. We want to grow this community so huge that we positively affect millions of people a year, and I know we're going to do it. I'm David Essel, in your corner, baby. Can't wait for tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and do today what you would rather not.